Alrighty guys, and welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have set number 70622, Desert Lightning. Contains 201 pieces and retailed for $19.99, and it comes with 2 vehicles as well as a third figure to, mess around with. And let's take a look at the smaller of the 2 vehicles. So the Vermillion get a small little bike in this set, which is kind of reminiscent of the Vermillion Invader, like a smaller version of it, because it does have that one track that goes down the middle, and it has a slider plate in the back so it doesn't fall over. But the track does work well, even on this smooth surface, because it is rubber. And the entire shape of the vehicle is basically made by 2 of these Technic panel things, and these 2 blades in the front, obviously. It contains some snake details, a nice sticker on the side, the typical Vermillion snakes coming through armor thing. And it contains another one of these pieces on the back to kind of give it like a weird tail fin thing. And another sticker on the other side. But it is pretty simple, and it just has a place for a figure to stand. There are no controls or anything. So again, maybe the snakes can control it, the snakes that are within the, framing within the armor plating. It does kind of make a weird sound sometimes. I don't know how well you guys can hear it. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but I think that it's because this wheel rubs up against that red piece in the middle, which I don't think that that's a big problem, and it does kind of give it a nice, unique kind of sound. But I don't know, might bother some people, and the tail fin angle can be messed around with a little bit. When you don't have the figure in there, you can put it forward, and then maybe they move it back just to fit a figure inside. I don't know, but yeah, it's a good looking thing. But let's take a look at the star of the set. So the Desert Lightning bike is larger. It's taller, longer, pretty much every way, but it does use larger pieces, so it's not a whole lot more detailed than the Vermillion bike. But it does have these wheels, which I think look nice with these Technic discs inside. The back of the vehicle seats 1 figure, and you could probably fit another one on there if you move him forward as far as possible. And you could even stick someone just sitting on the back there. But it might be possible to get Jay into the 2 front studs if you do it right. I think you'd have to put his feet in and then put the clip plate on afterwards, so I guess it's not really, meant to work that way. But, it's possible to do it. It's possible to squeeze 2 figures on here, basically. I like the front panels on the sides. It does kind of feel like vehicles like this have been done before, because they do a lot of small bikes in $20 sets. But I think that this one is unique enough. There is one really cool feature we'll take a look at in a second that, I really like. I like the trans blue on the top. I think that that's a good color, but I don't like that one yellow plate underneath there. I wish it was all gray, because then it would look consistent from the top. And again, they have that same sticker on the other side. Well, I guess mirrored, but there are 2 stud shooters on the front, which just shoot off like so. And it doesn't actually shoot, I think, in the show, but there is one thing it does do that this model does really in an interesting way. It has these light or energy pieces that fold out to make it appear like it's going super fast, which it does in the show, because it's made to counteract the slow-mo time blade, which Jay is holding here, which doesn't, I guess this is after he steals it, but, he uses this bike to steal it from the Vermillion. And there are some sticker details on this 2x3 brick on either side that are underneath these panels, so that's another interesting thing. But overall, I think that this is a cool build, and I really like that this, it's a very simple feature, but I think that it works really well, and it looks really good, too. So there's nothing really that feature takes away, only adds, so I think that it's a good one. And the Technic pieces in blue don't really bother me here, because they do go with the color scheme, but I almost would have preferred brown ones of these, or gray, not brown, black or gray or blue. So, brown doesn't work as well, but I think that it's not a big issue at all. So overall, I think this is a nice little bike model as far as these things go. The Vermillion included are Commander Blunk and Tannen. Tannen doesn't get any weapons because he drives the bike, but there are 2 extra red snakes included that I guess you could use as weapons if you wanted to. Blunk gets this interesting axe. Uses a nice Vermillion mold, but nothing super special about it. And Tannen, I think, is an exclusive character to this set, but he just uses random other parts, and obviously the character names don't really matter because they're not really used in the show. He's basically, you know, a standard Vermillion soldier, but he uses Ragmonk's helmet, so that's the one thing that makes him a bit different. But the detailing on there, you know, looks good, and I do like the fact that he has 2 very different alternate expressions, but those appear on, you know, pretty much all the standard Vermillion warriors. There's nothing super special there. Commander Blunk, I like his helmet a lot. It's the trans-orange version of this helmet instead of the trans-red snakes. You know, I think that his armor piece is really cool. I don't think any of the regular Vermillion have this armor piece. They only have Ragmonk's, if I'm remembering correctly. And the torso print is really nice because it's on an orange torso. So, you know, different than all the other ones. And even the legs have just orange in there, so they are slightly differently designed than everyone else's. But I do like that face a lot, the one with the tongue sticking out. And the back of his torso looks good. So, all in all, 2 good figures, but neither of these are exclusive to this set in any way. Besides the, I think, helmet on Tannen, I don't think there's another standard red Vermillion that has that helmet. And I think the torso might actually be different than your standard Slackjaw, but I don't know, I might be wrong there. And I'm also wrong about the, or no, never mind. But yeah, I do think that that torso might be a little bit different than some of the other standard Vermillion warriors, but someone probably has it. And Hands of Time J here, you know, is relatively standard at this point. He also appears in Iron Doom. You know, he's got the standard Hands of Time kind of detailing. I do like the slow-mo time blade a lot, just because I think the blue and copper looks really good. But the torso and legs, you know, look cool. His torso is kind of unique in the fact that it's got the whole circle emblem. He does have the newer J 2-sided face, and I like that a lot. And the dual molded dark blue and regular blue mask, I think, works really well. And, you know, all in all, good figure, good set to include this figure in, and yeah. Let's move on to the final version. So overall, these bike sets are done pretty frequently. Ninja Bike Chase is another, you know, notable example, but I think that this one's done pretty well. I like the balance between, you know, good and bad guys in here. The you know, fact that the figures all look good, even though they might not be super special or exclusive or anything. I think that for $20, it's a good introduction to the Hands of Time wave, and I think that it provides this cool ninja vehicle, which is actually, you know, has a good presence in the show, and you know, gives you a good start on the figures. So I think that overall this is a really strong set from the wave. Some people might, you know, not like it as much because it is just kind of, you know, standard bikes again. But the reason that they keep doing them is because they sell well, and I don't see a problem with that. I think that it's cool as long as they keep doing stuff that's different, and with this set they definitely are. So I think that there's, you know, this set kind of strikes all the boxes for me as far as, you know, an introductory Ninjago set. Maybe if you're, you know, an AFOL, this doesn't provide too much to you from the adult perspective. But, you know, it will go nicely with the rest of the Hands of Time stuff. So if you get all the rest, you might as well get this one too. Just because, you know, it does do a good job of beefing up your Vermillion army, as well as, you know, allowing you to recreate a cool scene from the show, which not many sets do, so I think that this is a good set in pretty much all regards.